Hey folks, today I received this Nepenthes Ampullaria in the mail, bought it off Etsy, to replace this one that died. So I let the water get down. I didn't realize it got dry. And if you notice, the cording didn't go all the way and wrap at the bottom, so it caused it to dry sooner than I caught it. Whereas another Nepenthes that I have in a bulb vase similar to this survived. So unfortunately, this one died and I had to replace it. So I am making a mess, but c'est la vie. I am removing this. I had placed a ring to hold on to the cording, but I may not worry about a ring and, well, no, I will. I had this cording wrapped and so it didn't get long enough, but I'm going to put a fresh cording and dispose of that one. So basically I take a twist tie and invert it when I zip tie it and then cut it so it can sit there as a way to cradle the cording. Yeah, this one's much longer, so it will do a lot better. And there is really no need to wash this unless you want to. I'm not too worried about it. If you are, you can. And I'm going to go ahead and fill this with distilled water. It's sometimes easier to start it with distilled water in there to begin with. And the reason being is that sometimes when you pour, you have to pour, let it sit, pour, let it sit. If you're very good at watering your plants on a weekly basis, you're fine. But then if you forget to water them every week, that's when it becomes problematic. Notice this cording is like floating, but it will subside as the water level drops. So now the fun stuff is always when they use tape and you have to try to remove the tape in such a way that will not damage the plant. So let me grab a pair of scissors. Fortunately, they're very close by, and I grabbed the wrong ones. So that was the unfortunate part, but fortunately I do have the right ones close by, and here they are. So I'm going to go to the edge, make sure I don't cut the plant and the growing tip. But then if you do cut the growing tip, it should provide new shoots. And then be very gentle with this teensy-weensy plant. Isn't that a beautiful picture? I just like the Ampularias. This is the Black Miracle, and that was a Black Miracle. Well, it still is a Black Miracle, just a dead one. But anyway, just prying this out so I can go ahead and pot this without damaging that picture. Oh, this picture is a little deformed. Check it out. Probably dried out and will fill with water once it's situated. So now I'm going to take this and stick it in there like so. They used a mix of peat and sphagnum, but mostly peat. Now with Nepenthes, they do better with long fiber sphagnum than they do with peat moss. So I'm going to actually just use the old long fiber sphagnum. It grows so slowly that we consume things sometimes faster than they regenerate. So it's always good to use what you still have that's viable. Since I read online and different websites will sometimes say they can handle a little tap water. But nevertheless, I still use distilled water on Nepenthes, especially when I have them in a container because you don't want solutes to build up. And they still are carnivorous plants, so I don't know exactly how much tap water they can handle and where before they get to toxic levels. So I'd rather play it safe than sorry. So consequently, this sphagnum moss is not contaminated by any tap water. So I have that like so. I'm going to just add a smidgen more. And then I filled it to the rim. Now I can add a little bit more distilled water to let this soak up. So I'm going to like overfill it for now. I'm not too worried. See, Nepenthes, they like the roots to stay wet, but they don't want to be soggy. That can cause them to die. So they will grow roots into the water, and they're still fine because they have areas with regular roots, and those roots are more water roots. But now the sphagnum moss will soak up the water, and I can now place this at my sunny windowsill in the sunroom and enjoy this with the rest of my Nepenthes. And I have a mess to clean up. Well, thanks for watching and happy planting.